going full on black or green, with your coffee or your tea, that's totally admirable. And yeah, do it. If you've been doing it, keep doing it. Don't worry about anything I'm about to talk about here. If that is, how you drink your tea and coffee, I think that's fantastic and plenty of benefits to be gained there. Don't feel any pressure to add to your pure versions of these ancient drinks. However, the latest polls show that greater than 80% of coffee and tea drinkers actually add something. I know, shocker. People add something, a sweetener, a creamer to their drinks. And if they don't, in fact, they would prefer almost not to drink the green tea, black tea, or coffee if they don't have the sweetener present or the creamer present. And I see this with plenty of patients. And, the majority of the creamers have some kind of sweetener added in, right? And before we get into these delicious and I would say nutritious ways to sweeten your daily ritual, I would suggest we get out of the way the fact that guy, that little bugger out there called Coffee Mate, and all its buddies are not your friends. When it comes to health, they are not friendly. When it comes to your, taste buds, sure, they may seem like very, very friendly. But when it comes to health accumulation, they are not doing us a service, a good service that is. And Coffee Mate, I would consider like, basically dumping motor oil into your pristine water spring, and then you still go ahead and drink it. Crazy, right? Who would do that? And I'll say it, Coffee Mate literally is caustic. It's caustic for the human body. Don't be deceived. I know the marketing, the taste, all that comes strong, but soybean oil, canola oil, corn syrup solids, carrageenan, these are not natural foods. They have no place in the human body. They have no place in any animal. That they're not found anywhere in nature. These are not normal things to go in the body. So now that we've tossed the Coffee Mate and all its knockoffs, let's get into maximizing coffee and tea, especially when it comes to your health experience. And usually I feel like, when health goes up, taste goes up too. So if you've not already subscribed, man, give this channel a like, subscription, hit that button, and then send it on to your friends and family. Because, the thing is, the more people we send these kind of things to, the more people are reached, the more our community as a whole grows, and the more people all around us are accumulating health. And it makes it easier for all of us, right? So, as you're aware, outside of water, coffee, and tea are the most popular and widely consumed beverages on earth. There's nothing else. That's what people drink, water, and if they're not drinking water, most places are drinking coffee or tea. And for most of the areas of the world, coffee or tea or green tea or black tea are actually the greatest resource, the greatest source of antioxidants in the human diet. Isn't that wild to think of? And I went, 20-something years with never touching coffee or tea. So, the same phenolic compounds that give coffee and tea their flavor or their differences in flavors, the ability for people to tell, differences in coffee types. These are the same phenolic compounds that have robust antioxidant properties and really give coffee, green tea, black tea a lot of their health benefits that we see in study after study. And, like many other food combinations we'll discuss in the future to increase nutrient absorption and I would say generally increase the health promoting effects of a food when combined with another, raw honey or Manuka honey can greatly enhance the phenolic content and antioxidant activity of a brewed cup of joe. Isn't that awesome? Adding something so tasty like honey can actually enhance your cup of coffee. And Manuka honey has specifically been studied to show that it is not affected by the digestive process. So this allows it to maintain its personal antioxidant effects while also maintaining its ability to enhance the antioxidant effects of coffee. How awesome is that? And that's even through the process of digestion. And think digestion is a crazy, intense, enzymatic, high acidity process. That is how potent Manuka honey is. So, and this is not to mention the fact that raw Manuka honey on their own are loaded with antioxidants and antibacterial properties. And, they can act systemically as anti-inflammatories as well as directly on, the cell membranes of our throat, our esophagus, our respiratory tract. So, the benefits are to enhance another food, but of course, there's also benefits in and of themselves. So if you're consuming coffee or tea and say you are adding honey, it's like, whoa, I got to start adding honey. This is awesome. To bolster the coffee's or the tea's beneficial effects, consider when you add your honey. So adding honey to boiling water, unfortunately, is going to lead to some degradation of the beneficial factors in honey. And my suggestion would be, wait a minute until your coffee, is at a temperature where you feel comfortable actually consuming it, or your tea is at a temperature where you actually feel comfortable consuming it. And, if you hadn't added like some kind of, goat milk or dairy cream or something, then it's going to take a second for that hot boiling water to get down to a level that is consumable with ease, right? And the thing is, you don't want to consume coffee or tea when it's boiling, when it's just, excruciatingly hot, because that is going to torture the membranes of your mouth and esophagus. So commercial honeys, though, I want to mention, they don't demonstrate the ability to withstand heat really at all. It's like 98 degrees and they start breaking down massively. And so as well as the digestive process, there's very, they have negligible benefits anyway, as far as antioxidants go and polyphenols, standard honey. But when you're talking about going through the digestive process, it's really worthless. So consider swapping out your coffee mate for Manuka or raw honey, and literally just deleting that caustic, created for addiction, disease promoting sweetener / creamer, and replace it literally with a sweetener that is in itself massively nutritionally valuable, and as well enhances the nutritional benefits of coffee and tea. And guess what? It tastes delicious. So if you're concerned about caloric content of honey, which plenty of people get concerned when they're using, artificial sweeteners with no calories, there's only 21 calories per teaspoon in honey. You're going to be fine. And you're going to be getting massive nourishment in the process. So this is exactly what health accumulation is about. Finding things that are taken away from our health, replacing them with things that are building our health, and still enjoying our food in the process. Talk to you guys later.